Welcome back to another episode of 10-7 with myself, Tyra, Tara, and Goose. I got it right.
What's up, y'all?
Everybody to get it right.
Hey.
And we're still on the whole stay-at-home order, even though things are getting a little lighter. They're starting to open some things back up, talking about, well, y'all know what it is. I don't need to tell y'all. You already know. But we're here for another episode of 10-7. The team is back together. We got some things we're going to talk about today. And we got some Would You Rathers ready to go and all that good stuff. But before we do all that, I just wanted to, send out love to everybody. Thank you for supporting us. Thanks for supporting 10-7, New Twist Radio, and all that good stuff. And I hope y'all staying safe out there and all that. And, of course, make sure you listen to 10-7 show every day at 7 p.m. right here on newtwistradio.com and the New Twist Radio app. And check us out on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Deezer, all that good stuff. Check us out on demand whenever you want to hear it, right there. And you can check us out on YouTube soon as well. Yeah. So with all that being said, I got that all out the way. How y'all been, man? We still ain't seen each other in a long time. So how y'all?
I know, it's been like 2 months. You were good.
You know what? I was just gonna say, I think they're allowing gatherings of 10 or more. So we may be able to start recording
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
But
do we have to wear stupid masks?
No, we ain't wearing no mask.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, the thing I was thinking about is we if we record here, we can record outside.
Because it is getting nice.
It is getting nice. And we can distance.
Have the birds chirping in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear them now. We got the stoplights open.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to treat your grass though, because I don't really fool with the outside.
I treated my grass.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep.
How do you treat
How
grass?
dare you?
You put stuff in there and it keep the flies and bugs and mosquitoes.
Oh, the yard guard stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I sprayed the lawn in the yard.
Yeah, because I can't. I be on the camera slapping my
Listen,
dog.
you know what?
You know how I am. You and I are very similar when it comes to bugs.
We were outside last night till like 11 o'clock.
It was midnight.
Ooh.
Midnight. And I think she only screeched once for a bug.
Really?
I don't even think she noticed that she screeched less.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
Now that you've said it, yeah.
How long did that treatment last?
It says it lasts 3 months, but it's cheap enough. I could do it like once a month.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's cool.
Keep them things dying out there.
Yeah, I can't. I'll be out there itching and scratching.
We should definitely do that. I love that idea.
Okay.
Well, who has the Would You Rather?
I have a good one.
Yeah.
I think Tara has one too.
Yeah. So
I got a semi-nasty one.
Okay, go ahead. I'm excited for yours.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Here go my phone acting up. Okay. Wait a minute. Don't look at it. Okay.
You gonna read it?
Don't look at it.
She don't want you to have no extra seconds to think.
Right. Because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to plan his answer.
Can't read that fast.
All right. So here we go. 10-7. Would you rather find your parents' sex tape or have your parents find your sex tape?
Have my parents find mine?
Have my parents find my yeah.
Ew.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd rather have them find mine. I do not want to see my mom with her butt tooted up in the air.
Yeah, I don't need to see none of that. You can find mine.
Find mine.
Yeah, I think I have my mom find mine too. I would be.
You find mine? All it's gonna be is a confirmation.
Right. Okay, so you are having sex. Okay.
And you use a nasty method. But
I didn't raise you like that.
You will never kiss my lips again.
Mom, you want a sip? No.
Nope. Nope. Sure don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that was easy.
That was easy.
It was easy.
I didn't think that was gonna be easy, but okay.
No, that was easy.
All right, mine is: would you rather wake up in your underwear at work or wake up naked in the woods 20 miles from home?
Wake up in my underwear.
Underwear at work?
Yeah, underwear at work.
Really?
I'm not gonna be trying to get 20 miles to home naked.
If I wake up naked,
that would be the adventure.
If I woke up naked in the woods, and listen, first of all, I'm not a big nature fan.
I'm not getting to the woods. Why am I naked?
Why am I naked in the woods? It could have been something could have crawled in my crevices. You know?
Right? I'm like, I'm gonna get an infection.
In my orifice, whatever the word is. Nah, I'm good. And then I gotta walk barefooted out of the woods too.
Yeah, right.
20 miles to my
20 miles.
No Naked and Afraid
I
for
was
me.
about to say, so I guess you want to watch Naked and Afraid.
First of all, I don't want to walk 20 miles anywhere, even with clothes on.
To begin with, right?
So naked and walking 20 miles is out the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just get fired. I'll take the 0 for the day.
Shut up, skip by.
Yeah.
Could you imagine though you
No,
wake up
I be
at work
thinking I was robbed.
Like, I don't know what happened. They knocked me out.
and the only place
Next thing I knew.
But listen, you see, I was asleep when y'all came.
Right.
Yep.
I was totally knocked out.
But you know what? I work overnight, so it ain't but a handful of people that know I work there anyway. So
Oh yeah.
So it's good for you.
yeah,
Right. You could sneak out and probably nobody would notice.
Yeah, right.
I walk out like it's normal too. Like, hey, whatever.
No.
Where's my car?
Underwear.
Mm-mm. Karen gonna call the police.
Oh, you know Karen called the police. You know that.
It's all
There's a
right.
guy here.
I mean, I know he says he works here,
But
I feel
to show me
threatened.
his
I'm
ID.
gonna say, look, watch me log in. I work here.
Yep.
No, if you don't have nothing, you don't have no badge, no ID.
No, I can log in on the computer.
Somebody know me. At least security should know me.
Yeah.
Somebody, yeah.
I come in and out every day.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So everybody would rather wake up at work with
Yeah.
their drawers on. At least you
Yeah.
got your drawers on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be in the woods naked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At all, ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Right.
Yeah.
That's
See, them underwear,
I mean, 'cause
those
it's-
underwear might be the thin line between you going to jail and going home.
right. Getting
Right.
fired.
Right.
True.
Right.
But I was gonna say, aside from like stuff crawling up your force, like, can you imagine being barefoot in the woods?
Oh
Nah.
my gosh. I can't
that
imagine
would be a
it.
problem.
Yeah.
That would be a huge problem. Because I'd be like, I can't.
Wait.
What am I going to do? I can't move.
You know how long it would take me to decide where to place my next footstep?
Okay.
And you forever to get home. Oh shit.
They were like, he been missing for 7 days.
Mhm.
Right.
He says he was
Like-
only 20 miles from home.
Right. Like
That's
listen,
true. That's true.
I wasn't putting my foot on that.
Mhm.
Like it might be a stick under there, might be a porcupine.
Right.
Yeah.
Porcupines live in the woods.
I would be to wrap some leaves up under my
Still live in
feet.
the woods, right
I guess.
I don't know. All I know, they live in the zoo. I don't know where else they live outside. Of that.
They live in the zoo.
now. They didn't originate.
You
at
don't
the
know
zoo.
where their natural habitat is?
No idea.
No.
No clue.
I was like, no. Why would I?
Mm-mm.
I
I
like
would
that.
I would get some leaves and wrap them joints around my foot.
You had to fashion a shoe, right?
Yeah, I would fashion a shoe.
And then some kind of loincloth or something.
Yes,
Get
a
some-
loincloth.
Get some bark and some vine and
Mhm.
Like I need some banana leaves out here. I need
Okay.
some big leaves.
Oh, God. So, all right, y'all ready?
I'm
yeah. So
ready.
what are we talking about today?
Let's get into this article.
So this post Goose made, I don't know if y'all saw it. I know Tyra did, because Tyra and I totally disagree on this.
Yes, we do.
And it's long, but I have to read it in order for y'all to form an opinion, right?
Right.
Okay, you ready? The article is called Poison That Kills Men, a Must Read. Goose posted this. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl got tired of her marriage life. Okay, so I want to say this before I get too deep into this. I don't know the origin of this, so the translation is kind of messed up. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And wanted to murder her spouse. One morning, she ran to her mother and said to her mother, I am tired of my husband. I can no longer support his nonsense. I want to kill him, but I am afraid law of the land will hold me responsible. Can you please help me, mother? The mother answered, yes, my daughter, I can help you, but there is a little task attached. The daughter asked, what task? I am willing and ready to assume any task attached in order to get him out. Okay, said the mother. 1, you will have to make peace with him so that no one will suspect you when he is dead. You will have to beautify yourself in order to look young and attractive to him. You will have to take good care of him and be very nice and appreciative of him. You have to be patient, loving, and less jealous. Have more listening ears. Only have 2. Be more respectful and obedient. Spend your money for him and don't get angry when he refuses to give you money for whatever. Don't raise your voice against, but encourage peace and love so that you will never be suspected when he must have died. Can you do all of that? Asked the mother. Yes, I can, she replied. Okay, said the mother. Take this powder and pour a bit in his everyday meal. It will slowly kill him. After 30 days, the lady came back to her mother and said, Mother, I have no intention of killing my husband again. Okay. As of now, I have grown to love him because he has completely changed, but is now a very sweet husband than I ever imagined. What can I do to stop the poison from killing him? Please help me, Mother. She pleaded in a sorrowful tone. The mother answered, Do not worry, my daughter. What I gave you the other day was just turmeric powder. It will never kill him. In reality, you were the poison that was slowly killing your husband with tension and dispassion. Okay. It was when you started loving, honoring, and cherishing him that you saw him change to a nice and sweet husband. Men are not really wicked, but our way of relating with them determines their responses and feelings towards us. Women, if you can only show respect, dedication, love, care, and commitment to your husband, he will 100% be there for you. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it.
What was the disagreements?
Okay, so I was gonna take notes, but since I didn't get a chance to, because I was apparently watching television, I'm just gonna go through.
At least you were honest.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with my eyes.
Like what did I say? Let me find my.
Well, you said that I shouldn't have to be a doormat.
Right. Tell me what you were thinking, because I just lost the post. I got to go back and find it again.
So this is what I was thinking. I don't think she was being a doormat. I was really trying to break it down. She said in the beginning, I'm just tired of my husband. She didn't say she was being abused. And people went off on that post about, oh, well, if he beating me, I shouldn't have to do this.
Right.
And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you taking it way out of context. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about you being submissive to an abusive man. Mm-hmm. That's not what the post was talking about. And I don't think it was talking about being a doormat either. Right. I just think that sometimes as women, and it's hard to accept as women, that we can be so and so contentious sometimes, where that pushes the man away and sometimes it can make him act a certain way towards you. And this is something that I have actually seen with my own eyes. Like, I have seen women talk to their husbands like they was a piece of trash. I mean, good men. And they just treating him like trash.
For what reason, though?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a reason. It could be a character flaw on your part. And I think that's what the gist of the article was. It was talking about the character flaws in her that her husband was reacting to. And I think
right. So the way I saw it was like her mom can see the type of wife that she is.
Yes.
So she's like tricking her. I mean, going along with this scheme.
Right.
They want you to try it this way, but it's a trick. It's like you get what you put into it.
Exactly.
So once after 30 days, she putting in all this loving and caring and being nice and everything, and dude is like, oh, see, I like living like this. And then he changed his attitude. She like, I don't want to kill him no more. He's not an asshole. But the mom is like, you were the asshole the whole time.
Exactly.
Yep, I've heard this story told many different ways. So what you're telling
me is, in order for my husband to love me, I have to beautify myself every day.
No, that's not what we're telling you.
Okay.
I mean, I just think I feel like you're taking bits and pieces of it. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying beautify yourself every day, but what I'm saying is, like, we want our husbands to continue to be that man that he was when we were dating, then we should be that same type of woman, that we were when we were dating. Like, continue to date your husband. And maybe she said it like beautify, but I think it was like continue to date your husband, like continue to be excited, like let me put on something cute, because when y'all was dating, you'd be like, let me put my freakum girl dress on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when y'all get married, you got your moo-moo on. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying to do that all the time. That's not what I'm saying. But if you want him to maintain that same freshness then we got to maintain that same freshness. I don't think it was like a thing of being a doormat. I think she was just saying you need to look at yourself.
Okay.
You like Goose said, you get what you put out. And maybe she was tired over the years. They could have children. She might have been tired of cooking and cleaning and whatever. You know what I mean? But like treat people as you want to be treated. Like if you want to be treated respectfully,
the golden commandment.
Right. You know what I mean? Treat them like you want to be treated.
Okay. Yeah, because I told, like, when I read this, I was like, I'm sorry. You want me to spend all my money and don't ask him for any money? Like, I don't think that's going to make a marriage stronger.
No, see, and the thing, maybe I went too deep with it, but I was like, she has to have a great relationship with her mom in order for her to go to her mom with this thought that she wants to kill her husband.
That's
but her
true.
mom, but so her mom was like, listen, my daughter is crazy. She's about to mess up a good thing. So let me help her out a little bit. And she sent her down this other path.
Right. And she did it real smooth.
Right.
It's like when your mom knows you.
Yeah.
Your mom raised you, gave birth. You have a good relationship with your mom. She knows you. She knows the good side and the bad side of you. And that mother knew that her daughter was probably flipping the lip. You know what I mean? And a lot of us can be like that. I can get like that myself. You know what I mean? We could tear a man up with our mouths, and women don't like to admit that, but it's 100% true. And her mother knew that about her. Right. And her mother knew that about her. So instead of going, nah, you know what I mean, don't kill him, crazy. Instead of even acknowledging her character flaws, her mother was real slick with it.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you just do this, 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 and this.
She was like, be nice to him so when he
won't
nobody suspect you.
Nobody know.
She helped her come up with a defense and everything.
Her mom used wisdom to turn her around.
That wouldn't have worked for me.
I thought that was cool.
You'd have been divorced. I mean, I'm not killing you because I'm not going to jail, but that would not have worked for me. Like, my mother could never say to me, oh, yeah, you need to be pretty and obedient. I'd have been like, I'm sorry. What year did we wake up at this morning?
But see, you know,
you wouldn't want to be nicer.
I'm sorry, what?
You wouldn't want to be nicer.
I'm nice.
Like a nicer person.
I am nice.
If you're this person that's in the letter, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be like if somebody said you should be nice, like try to get you to be a nicer person. You would be against that.
Yeah, because like I mean, I don't like the way she said it. I don't like the way it was worded. You need to beautify yourself and be obedient. Like, I don't like the way it was worded.
To love and
see, but this is the thing. Women hear that word obedient.
Right.
And they want to pop they top and you dig what I'm saying? They want to go crazy.
Right. They don't like that word.
All it means is to do what's asked of you. Right. That's all it means.
I think, you know why?
I think obedient. I think your dog's obedient.
Yeah,
I think, but see, I think that, and that's where the problem is.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you say, Goose, before you come upstairs and go to bed, can you put the trash out? I say, all right, and I put the trash out. Am I being obedient or not?
You're being obedient. But I agree with you. I think it was the same, because I was the same way. When I heard, oh, you got to be, and I had an ex-boyfriend of mine told me, oh, you're not capable of being submissive. And I'm like, nigga, what? Okay, my neck rolled. Okay? My neck rolled. Like, hold on. Okay, like I know you ain't talking, and I heard that word submissive, and it to me, in my mind, I immediately thought like slave,
right?
Slave and misser. You know, I was gonna be his comfort girl or something like that. That's what I thought. But then I was reading something, and it was talking about like being submission and obedience. It's kind of the same thing, but they was talking about when you submit, you got to break the word down. There's a sub, which means under, and then you have mission, which is like a mission, or you know, whatever your man is doing, or what his goal and his plan is in life. So it's your job as the woman to get under his mission. Support, right, his mission. Not so much like whatever you like. You know what I mean?
You know what? Here's the thing. If mama had said it like that, then I agree with that.
Right.
But
and that's
why
I
said it. I'm against that.
But see, you don't have to take the word for the word and for the meaning.
Right.
And not for all of the negative connotations that it comes with.
And I agree.
Just take the meaning.
So you're not against what was being said, but you're against how it was being said.
Yeah.
And that turned you off to it completely.
Yeah, the way that it was worded to me, I was like, you want her to be a doormat for this man.
But see, if you go to the original post, people say the same thing, the exact same words. Doormat. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, them chicks is single.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. Yep. They probably single.
Sometimes.
And it's not about being a doormat, but it's like I can't even really explain it. It's like when you truly love somebody, and maybe some of you have not, maybe you haven't like experienced like a true deep love.
Maybe you haven't been in love like I
think about the love that you have with your parent or that father or mother figure to you. It's like when they ask you to do something, even if you don't want to do it, you're like, man, I hate going to the grocery store. But if your mom asks you to go to the grocery store, you will get your butt to that grocery store because you love her and you don't want nothing to happen to her. You would use that's the same type of love that you should have for your husband. Like, you know what, man, I don't feel like cooking dinner. I just cooked dinner last night. They ate up every damn thing, but you know what? I love him and I want to make sure that he has something to eat. Let me go in here and cook.
Right.
So it's the same thing, but I think they look at that motherly or father, that type of love that you have with the person who raised you different than the type of love that they have with their spouse or their significant other. When it's that same deep level love, sometimes you go above, beyond even what you don't like or feel is right because you love somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you love somebody, sometimes you react and don't even think.
Exactly.
You just know what needs to happen or what needs to be done, and you do it.
Right.
And sometimes you don't think about the consequences, the steps
Right.
come later and things of that nature.
That's why they got a show out called For My Man about all these women all in jail, killing, stealing, robbed. They was being a down A chick for their man.
And they wound up in jail.
They do it all the time, taking drugs across states.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they do it all the time.
But if
these same women will be like, they'll be not for that post. I ain't doing
that come on.
I think it might be like BET.
Well, they ain't paying us.
They're not paying us.
Oh, Texas and
I had to tell you off air.
Sorry, take that off. But it's called For My Man, and these women is doing crazy stuff, and most of the time, these men are not their husbands, and they're doing it anyway.
Well, that's just foolish.
But they doing it. But then these same type of women will look at that post and say that that's foolish. She didn't say that she just said she was just tired of the married life. And people get tired of married life sometimes. But what you gonna do about it?
Well, she was getting ready to murder him.
And don't murder or cheat. You know what I mean? Don't do that. But I mean,
why she just couldn't leave?
Yeah, like,
if she was that tired,
she went from 0 to murder. Like there was nothing in between for her.
Because she felt like it was no way out. Like, listen, till death do us part. So somebody got to die in this mother.
Her mom was like,
I got plans this week.
That man got a good job. She about to mess up. Let me help her out.
Right. Like, babe, did you pay your life insurance last month? All right. Go on, eat that.
The answer will always be no.
Go on, eat that spaghetti.
The answer will always be no.
Go eat that spaghetti.
All right.
Go on, eat that spaghetti.
Let's see. There was only a couple there was 1, 2, I think there were only 2 men that responded to this article, this post.
And what did they say? I bet you they were in agreement.
Well, yeah, they were like, the one guy was like, they're not ready for this conversation.
And then
the other guy was like, shit, this goes against the very nature of most women. The very moment they hear the word obedience, their blood pressure shoots up.
That's true. I was like that. And I was like that. But you got to think about what other areas of your life are you obedient? Like if you love your mom and your kid, we are obedient to our kids. Some people are more obedient to
oh my God, I totally am.
Than they are to their spouse.
Job.
It's just a word. You just hear that word
and
you associate it with like animals and slaves, and that's you gotta change your perspective when it comes to that word, and that's what I had to do because I was like that. I was like,
but it makes me wonder, right? Because what y'all just said is resounding. The things that people are obedient to,
right?
Their kids, their jobs, things like that. But when it comes to your mate, you got a problem with it. Like, what is it in our society and in our makeup that makes you want to say, oh, well, I can dedicate myself to all these things and do everything they need me to do, but when it comes to this man or this woman, I can't. I'm not going to do it.
I think for me, it's because like we're supposed to be equal, and the word obedient just has like such a negative connotation to me. I never thought about how those obedient to my job.
Right, but that's your perspective of the word.
Right.
Mhm.
That's your perspective, and that's what I think. It's the perspective, and it's the perspective that society puts out, and that's not true. And that's why people are having so many problems in marriage because people are more obedient to their pastors than they are to their husbands.
I don't have one of those.
Did it start when people used to call somebody whoop? They're like, yo, you whip.
I've never.
And
then all of a sudden,
I think it started before that because, if I'm not mistaken, the word obey used to be in the marriage vows, but only in the vows that the woman took.
Right.
And that was. And
I never realized that.
Yeah, and people
love, honor, and obey.
Yeah,
obey, to love.
That's what the woman's vow. The man
honor.
say that.
Yeah.
And you know what I told Justin when he said that? I told him, I got some Obey seasoning.
Mm-hmm. So she
right?
She went down.
I wasn't,
she went down
but
for
that's what I'm like, Obey. I got Obey seasoning right in the cabinet. And I give you all the Obey you want. What you want it? Well, your fries, your eggs, your crabs.
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna get your Obey.
Yeah. I mean, but see, the reality is,
I think it's so funny.
Both the bride and the groom can say obey. I mean, because all it means is to really do what you're asked to do.
Right.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
She asked me to cut the grass, I cut the grass. She
Right.
asked me to take the trash out, I take the trash out. What y'all talking about?
I forgot I put food in the oven like an hour ago.
Oh no, you better go get that.
Is it okay if I step away?
Yeah, that meat gonna be falling off the bone.
Unless it takes 2 hours to make.
What you make?
Like buffalo wings.
Oh, them Jones might be nuggets now.
They might be perfect right about now. I like mine on the dry jerky side.
Baby,
oh Lord, she's talking to the dog.
Since you go and bring me some ice.
Yes, be obedient and bring him some ice.
And I am. Listen, I have the
How about to say you gonna mess
I am being obedient.
I'm about to say she gonna mess around and not get Goose's ice now.
She gonna throw that ice at his head.
See, people make things.
They make it complicated.
Yeah, more complicated than it needs to be. Now I get it. Like I know some people have had like bad relationships. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where the relationship pretty much supports the negative part of the word obey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a healthy relationship, both people obey each other.
Exactly.
And it's as simple as that.
And it doesn't even seem like it's obedience. It's just what you do.
It's love.
Exactly. It's love. Think about this. I think the men in relationships are even more obedient because how often do we try to do stuff and then you just say, yo, I don't think that's a good idea. You don't even have a reason why it's not a good idea. But we don't do it. Just so we don't have to hear this.
I do that. I do that.
No, I'm serious.
I probably do.
I'm serious.
Listen, I've grown to the point where I can admit, like I said, I used to see that word obedience and submission, and I was like cringing. Like never gonna happen.
Like now, if I think about going somewhere, I don't even have to say it. Tell me like, wear your mask.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tyra said that to me the other day.
You know what I mean? I'm like, see? And what'd you do?
It was in the car. I just told it was in the car already.
Oh, all right. Yeah, see?
I let that joint in there.
Because I know my husband, and if he sees somebody he know in the streets, which 99.9% of the time he gonna see somebody he know, he gonna be talking. And I'm like, 6 feet, and put your mask on.
It's not true.
That is true. Everywhere we go.
I don't know anybody.
Everywhere we go, he sees somebody he knows.
I don't know people.
Huh?
I don't know people. I don't know anybody.
Whatever. But I mean, I think, you know, and I knew that I was gonna get like a lot of backlash for agreeing with that statement, but I think I was able to kind of see, you know what I mean, look beyond it and look at it with a different perspective.
Yeah, I mean, because if you just break it down,
Right.
and just focus on what made people upset, like Tara, the word obedient.
Obedient, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Beautify
That was the
yourself.
trigger, and I'm like, okay, pass me that. Thank you. You just obeyed what I asked you to do.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. Now, when you add the attitude, when you in your request, then that's when you dig what I'm saying. It get the negatives, the negative flow with it.
Yeah. See, and I also think that when you think of obedience, like you just asked Tara to bring you back some ice.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say, Tara, bring me back some ice.
Right.
And I think that's where it's like people think that, okay, if you had said, Tara, bring me back some ice, and then she brings you back some ice, that's obedience.
Right.
That's not, when it's like that, I think when people hear the word obedience, that's where their mind goes to somebody being rude to them, and they're just going to go ahead and
exactly. Right. So obedience, like when the boy was like, ashtray, bitch.
Oh my God.
He was looking for her to be obedient.
Right. He was looking for her to be like an animal.
The negative way. Right.
So then
I want y'all to know how obedient I was. I came back with a full glass of ice.
So listen, so is it fair to say that the obedience is kind of it's like I'm trying to see what I was trying to say. It's like the obedience is the responsibility of both parties.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Right. So it's like it's how you say it. Right. So it's how you say it. Like, yo, go get she knows she better go get my damn ice.
But you know there are plenty of men
when you say
their wives
they talk
and
exactly.
There's plenty of wives that talk to their husbands like that.
Yeah. That's true. It's why I've seen it. I have seen it, and I'd be like, woo. I don't know how he's still with you, but all right.
Right. Like if he took you, I know why.
Exactly. See? Exactly.
Sometimes I'm disobedient. Tyra asked me to get up out the bed, out of my sleep, out of my comfort, and turn the heat down. Well, and I'll say okay, and I'll just go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So,
no, I'm gonna tell you
disobedient
when you're disobedient. When I say get up, and put your mask on, and I gotta keep saying it and I gotta get ratchet with my obedience.
Oh no!
I got to hit you with the pillow, like get on up. But I'm asking you to do something for your own benefit.
Oh, I know okay,
yeah. His CPAP. Hold on.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't nobody care about that.
See, but how often does she ask you to put your CPAP mask on?
Every night.
And you comply?
No. He does.
A majority of the time I comply. But
so
sometimes I just fall right back asleep.
So right there, that goes back to how I believe, this is just my opinion, that men are more obedient.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what?
Men are more obedient?
Yeah, you know why? It's strictly math.
Okay.
If you give me 20 requests and I reply with 18, but I only give you 10 requests, and even if you reply with all 10, I still beat you because you asked me to do more.
I don't know if I agree
with
that.
That makes no sense. Shut up.
Yeah, that's not good math.
No,
that's greater than or less than, but that ain't equal.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying,
but even Justin looks confused.
Yeah, I'm like,
he usually bro ham. This
you don't get it, Justin.
I get it. I get where you were trying to go with it.
But you kind of.
I think you just missed. I see what you say, that you still were obedient more.
Because
but here's where you messed up.
Obedience to an amount.
Here's where you messed up. The percentage is not the same. Her percentage was 100%, where yours was what, 96%.
Yeah.
And see, that ties obedience to an amount. It makes obedience
I mean, I just use the numbers to make
quantitative.
Right. I know that. I know, but I'm just saying you should have said
quantitative.
like
It should be qualitative. That's what I'm saying. Obedience shouldn't be quantitative. It should be qualitative. If you take and have obedience equal to quantity, then it's gonna always be a problem. But if you make obedience and quality, then that's where that's where the issue is. It's the obedience and the quality. It's not so much the quantity.
Got it.
It's more quantitative.
It's more qualitative. You made it quantitative.
Yeah, you made it quantitative.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah. He said, yeah.
See how I just agree with him? Was that some form of obedience?
Yes, you were.
All right. Score one for my team.
You were being qualitatively obedient. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what they're talking about in this post is qualitative obedience. I think her character wasn't really matching his character.
Right. Like I said, her mom is probably like, I see the type of wife that you are.
Exactly.
And
the quality of wife.
I see where you're messing up at.
Exactly.
Why don't you try this, try
but
that?
Tricked her.
But she tricked her and said, look, it'll be better for you if you was nice to him if he was dead.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think because of her personality, if she was the type of woman of all those qualities listed in there, her mom had to trick her. Because had she told her the truth, she'd have snapped at her mom probably.
Yeah.
So her mom had to trick her.
Yeah. True. All right, you turned me around.
I've turned you around. Thank you. It's not that bad. And you know what?
I've been holding on to this all week.
You have.
And you know what? And you know who actually helped me see this in a better way?
Good.
Our sister. I had to talk about years ago. This was before me and Justin was
thought she was going to say me.
No, not you.
Make her obey.
No. It was our sister, because when you really have that true, genuine love for your spouse, and your spouse has that genuine love for you, it got to be equal. Then the obedience and the submission, it comes naturally. You don't even have to think about it. And that's why you can say, babe, can you bring back some ice? And he like, okay, babe. Because that genuine love and respect is already there. Submission comes naturally when both parties are loving each other right.
Right.
You know what?
Yes.
That was cool. You asked for ice because she was going to the kitchen.
Right.
What?
Tyra asked for stuff. Nobody going nowhere.
Tyra,
we get those too. Those are usually the reverse, though.
You got to travel to go get.
You were already out. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
When he was out,
what?
Okay, let me tell you.
Go ahead. I'll let
he
you
was
tell.
out.
Then I'll tell the real
his
story.
Dad's house, right?
Right.
I sent him a text. Everybody knows that I like to eat ice. I have a special place where I like to get my ice from.
I know.
Say where, because we're not advertising for them.
Right.
However, since you're out and you're in a neighborhood where there's several of those places, can you please, on your way home, stop and get me some ice, right? He like, that ain't even in the direction of where I would. That's the opposite way. Doesn't matter though. You're out.
You're in the vicinity.
It's quarantine. You should be happy to be out driving around. I had to go way out my way. I'm like, did you get the ice? And he got it.
I obeyed.
He was obedient and he got it.
I was obedient. So now the real story is yes.
God.
She sent me the text about can I get her some ice.
He didn't answer the text.
She gave me two places.
I had to call him.
She gave me two specific places in which to get the ice. Okay. At this specific store, there are two stores in which I can get this ice.
Right.
Neither of which were in my direction coming back home.
Well, what does it matter though?
Matters
it wasn't like you had to go to another state.
So wait a minute. So while I was at my dad, what we were doing was working in the yard. Like I'm helping him clean up the yard, get stuff ready for Memorial Day and all like that. Cutting the grass, cleaning the power washing. I walked the dog, did all this, and it was hot. It was hot out there.
Right.
We out there for an hour. I left like 8:00 in the morning. I left his house about 1:00 in the afternoon. All I wanted to do was come back home, get in the shower, get a bottle of water. That's it. Now, had there been a place in my direction, I could just stop on the way back. Cool, no problem. I wouldn't have said nothing. But I had to go all around Robin Hood's barn.
No, you didn't. No, you
And come back-
didn't.
and
No,
come
you
back
didn't.
around.
You were still in the same county. You didn't even have to go out of the county.
Same county?
Well,
He was in the
Big
same.
Dunaway County.
Yeah, he was in the
rest
same county.
my case.
59th Street
said,
to
"I
Marcus
rest
Hook.
my case."
He
I
was
wasn't in the same neighbor. I was in the same.
You was in the same. It's not like I asked you to go all the way to South Philly.
Well,
What? Okay.
that's true. That's true.
Right.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying, but saying you was in the same county, that's not good. Because Philadelphia is also a county.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I didn't ask you to go. I don't think you had to go that much out of your way. It just wasn't
At
the
end of the
direction
day,
that you had
still
planned
got
in
the
your
ice
mind.
because you knew
I
that.
still got the ice because I love my wife and I know she wants this ice and I risked my life and limb.
Especially when you got, let me get my ice.
Exactly. Like you said earlier.
Or he got the wrong kind. And we would have been up in here.
Oh,
It's a different
see?
story.
Ice.
You know what?
Frozen water.
You know what? For her next birthday, you need to
Get an
get one of them
machine.
ice machines. They make the little popcorn ice.
Might be a
I
good
told
idea.
him
Might be a
that.
good.
I told him that last year. But it may not taste the same though.
Yo, she wanted me to bring ice home from my job one time.
I didn't.
Yes.
Y'all got the ice machine?
We got the ice machine at my job and she was like, why don't you bring me home some of that ice? By the time I get home, it's going to be melted.
Put it in the
you gotta
freezer.
You got to prep your cooler right.
Yeah, and put it in the freezer while you at work. And by the time
No,
you get
I
home,
can get it. I can get it as I'm leaving work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's not going to stay frozen. It's the little.
I mean, even when you go get it from the store you go to now, it melts a little bit at the bottom.
What you gotta
And I
do-
pour the water
listen,
off.
Right, and
When I get
that's
ice-
like a 5-minute ride. But my job is 30 minutes away at least if I don't hit traffic.
When I get ice, what I do is I put them cold packs in the freezer
Mhm.
and put them in the cooler to
See-
lower the temperature.
See, now that's
of
if
the
you
cooler.
prepare ahead of time.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do
I'm
that.
already at work and I'm asked to get some ice.
Yeah, but you're going back to work tomorrow.
Exactly.
I hope not. I mean,
Exactly. He don't want to go outside of his comfort zone a lot. That's all.
But you know what though? I can kind of understand that because I know if I'm running errands and I have things mapped out in my head,
Exactly.
if somebody call
Is that me? Is that somebody? Me?
and ask me to deviate,
Am I the somebody?
I'll be like, that's not in my plan.
Am I the
But,
somebody?
but what did Grant say? God laughs at your plans.
But I
so do wives. Wives love
Clearly,
those plans.
clearly, because we had a summer plan, then now we don't.
Exactly.
like listen, but I do it because I love the people that call me. So
But you know what? You speak to something, Goose. That's so true. Like I'm the same way. Like
Uh-huh.
when I'm leaving the baseball field after practice, all I want to do is come back home, and she might call me. Can you stop here and get this? Stop it. Okay. And I hate to do it. Like I hate hearing it, but I'll go ahead and do it. But we're the same way. Well, at least I know I'm the same way. If I'm going to the mall, I know what I want to go to the mall and get.
Oh God.
yep.
I'm gonna go to this store, get these jeans, get these shoes, get this hat, whatever I'm getting. Right? I might walk around the mall just in case, but I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna get out. I'm not gonna go in, and it's not gonna be a whole bunch of different things going on because I
Look,
know
bro, I know what size I wear. I don't try on nothing. I go in that joint.
I don't try.
Right.
I'm like, yo, let me get these in the 12.
if it don't
You
fit
want
right
some?
when I get back
Oh,
home,
good.
I just take it back eventually.
There you go.
But that
That's
doesn't
it.
work for women because I
No.
went here from a size 7 to a size 9. Well, not really a 9 anymore. From a size 7 to like a 8.5, depending on the maker and the cut. You got to try on shoes.
Oh yeah, you have to try on shoes. I don't do that ordering no shoes. I need to
know.
put my foot in
Give
it.
me a 12.
You know.
I've been a 12 since 1992.
And I'm gonna be at 12.
No,
Right?
But see, women, we have babies. Our feet grow. We have babies.
I get it.
Yeah, I need to try my shoes.
I get
on.
it. But see, the thing about it
I need
is,
to
though,
try on
but
all
see-
regular clothes. at
but
this
see-
point.
Yeah, clothes too.
The last time you had a baby.
But see, the other part
10 years ago,
that
and my feet
that
got bigger.
we're not talking about that you guys are guilty of is of being indecisive. See, I can decide whether I'm going to buy something like this.
No, you
What-
are like that.
Y'all I'm gonna get this.
Oh,
I'm gonna get this.
Well, no.
Walk around the mall, walk around with a cart,
Right.
full of stuff for 3 hours.
I do. It happens.
And then like, all right, we're gonna leave. Yeah, let me check out. You know what? All I really want is these socks.
It's the reshop. It's the reshop, and I know it's not only us that do it. It's millions of women do this. You reshop.
It's the reshop.
Right.
It's what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. What's that word? It's what?
Reshop.
Yeah. So you go shopping.
Reshop.
You fill your cart with a bunch of stuff, and then you reshop in the cart of the things you already chosen, and decide whether you're going to purchase them or not.
Right.
Okay.
Because you realize, you know what? You know what? I had already this at home. I don't really need this. Yep. So you kind of.
Meanwhile, that's 3 hours y'all never gonna get back.
It's good budgeting. It's good budgeting.
It is good budgeting.
Yeah.
But you should have made the decision 3 hours ago. I'm not getting that.
But you don't know that. You don't know for certain.
We don't know that.
The reshop.
That's why we got to go down every hour, because you don't know something. We may see something that could trigger my thought, like, oh.
That's right. I've been looking for a purple.
I've been looking for this. Yeah. This will match these shoes.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'm just the type of person that's like, look, I got some other things I need to do. So I'm going to get out here and do what I do. Shop, buy this, and I'm going to get back home to watch this game or edit this video or whatever the case may be.
I went in stores to purchase something in particular, right? And Tara stayed in the car. And I've still done like my once around through the clearance racks and paid for my stuff and came on out. And she was like, oh, that was fast. Must not have been in line. I'd have been to all 4 corners of the store.
Listen, yeah, exactly.
No, that's how you miss stuff.
No, because you walk past it.
You miss
but
stuff.
see, if you miss stuff, you wasn't supposed to buy it.
See, I'm going to tell you. You know
that's
what you need to do?
I look.
When you scan them clearance racks and the clearance shelves and stuff, it's like playing Where's Waldo. You just look for the stuff that interests you.
See, a lot of people
interest me.
People will shop on like Black Friday or use a coupon and be like, I saved this much money. And I don't see it that way. You didn't save money, you spent something else. You just spent less. You didn't really save it. You save money that you don't spend. If
it was something that you were planning on buying anyway.
Well, yeah, if you plan on buying it anyway, then yeah, you can save money. But some people be like, I went out on Black Friday and I found this TV. It was $500 off. I saved $500. Well, if you wasn't going to go out and buy a TV anyway.
Yeah. Well, see, they're not finishing their statement. They saved $500 on the purchase of that television.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't really.
But if you went out there to get a set of speakers and then you would end up buying a television because it was $500.
It all depends on the deal.
Did we totally go off subject again?
I think so.
I think we went off subject.
Oh, okay.
We definitely. I don't think we have a timer going or nothing. So.
Wait, no, we had like an hour and 13 minutes.
Oh my God, we wrap this up. Wrap it up, Dave.
Wait, because I started recording not that long before we started.
Oh, okay. Well, so let's wrap up the show. So the bottom line is to that article.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Ladies, those of you who had an ought with it, go back, reread it, take a look at yourself, see if you possess any of those characteristics in there. Don't think of the word obedient as bad as it is.
Right. Just look at the word for its definition, and that's
for its definition, and not for what the world tells you obedience is. And yeah, that's my take on it. Go ahead.
That's good enough for me.
and Tara has been changed.
I have been delivered.
I got one last thing. So for all the people who have issues with the word obedient, if you followed anybody, say, hey, follow me, click subscribe. Are you obedient to that person?
Oh, yep. Think about who you're being obedient to, other than your spouse.
So smart.
Yeah, exactly. Smart. She just took the words right out of my mouth. Man, I was about to come with something real. Anyway, doesn't matter. Can't say it no more. Anyway, we want to thank you for checking out this episode of 10-7 right here on New Twist Radio, newtwistradio.com, and the New Twist Radio app. And tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend that you were listening to the 10-7 show on New Twist Radio, and they should be too. Also, check us out on Spreaker, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and anything else we might be on.
Is Google still dissing us?
I gotta check out with Google again, man. I don't know what's going on with them. It's kind of weird. Probably just gotta resubmit it again and see what happens. So we'll see. But anyway, for Tara, Tyra, Goose, and myself, we want to thank you for checking this out. We'll talk to y'all next time. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.